is Tuesday, April 12th. April just flying by. Here with your live show. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, giving out free picks and, of course, opinions, sorted banter. And, of course, our best bets always over at our premium area. Welcome to comment on these shows, but keep it respectful. That's all we ask.
Absolutely.
People say if they disagree with us that I ban them or whatever, and that's never the case. We disagree people disagree all the time. We disagree on picks.
Yeah.
But it's the people that are disrespectful, the whiners and the disrespect. It's like, I can't deal with either of those. On my 7 free picks today, I mentioned the other kind of people out there, the scorekeepers, right? They don't put themselves out there with their own picks and predictions. Like once in a while they'll come by and say, well, that was an easy one. I had this, that was easy, right? That's generally what they say. We'll say something of that nature. And then they'll come by and score like somebody else's comment. This aged well. This comment aged well. This is like the scorekeepers, right? It's kind of like they're the kids that kind of stood behind the teacher and said, I told you so. I told you so, right? It's like the kids that got beat up at the bus stop.
Oh, man. I used to feel sorry for those kids, but not when they're adults doing it still.
Yeah. We disagree.
Did you make changes to the banner on Facebook, Mitch, adding the Facebook and the Instagram logos up in there? I didn't recognize or realize it before you had those up there on YouTube.
No,
maybe it's just me.
They've always been there. They're clickable.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Yep. Well,
you guys, if you're looking for our Instagram and Facebook, make sure you click on those up in YouTube there.
Yeah, people still ask. I've never changed our YouTube channel since the day it started. Yeah. I've never changed the banner. I've designed different banners and stuff, and then I just leave it and never change it.
Oh, it's a great banner. It's total just perfect branding there.
Just clean,
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people say that. I'm actually off to a reasonable start here with Major League Baseball, and I'm off to a reasonable start. So, and a lot of our cappers are. So if you're struggling with baseball, just head on over to pickdogs.com, click on the leaderboards. Let me see if I can, maybe I can bring it up right here. Show you guys how easy this is. How easy it is. It's so easy. People hate when I say that. They hate it. My wife hates that. She hates when I say that to people too. Oh, it's so easy. It's like, all right, so here we are. I left this up in the betting tools the other day, but here. So you go here, or you can go to the Pick Dogs, and just click on. So if you go to pickdogs.com, you just go to Premium Picks. Oh, actually, you can just go right here to Leaderboards. If you go to the leaderboards, you can divide it by sport. But you can see all these cappers have winning records already this Major League Baseball season. So there you have it. You could also tell like who's putting out volumes of picks and who's just putting out a few picks.
Yeah.
So you could see who's picking favorites and dogs by the record and by the units. You can kind of get a feel for it. Because you could see like Pick Dogs top dogs is 7 and 8, but they still are making money. So you can only do that by picking plus money dogs. Romanelli's going fairly light. He's hitting 75% though out of the gate. He's not going to, he can't keep up that pace, but it doesn't mean he can't continue to win. I mean, if he hits 2 out of 3 right on a night, he's still 66%. He's still going to drop from the 75%. I'm sure doing that Ron's rundown is helping him a lot. Really digging into those games. And you can see Chase is up on top, Tony Brown, Brad, Jovan, Joe, James Clark, and Rod, all positive this season. Not easy to get out of the gate strong in baseball or in any sport. That's for sure. I started off, I was losing. But I've hit some decent money line dogs recently. And
What's been your favorite money line dog that you've hit recently, Mitch?
the A's on Sunday against the Phillies. I wish I had them yesterday again against the Rays. I did not have them. I didn't have that game. Someone said we disagreed on the Angels-Marlins game, but I like the over in that game. I didn't really have a premium pick or anything going on in that game.
Yeah.
I liked the Angels there. I just thought that I think both those pitchers, but Hernandez, I thought, just gives up way too many home runs for my liking, and that really was the undoing of the Marlins, was the bomb that he gave up. I mean, that was just a jack, as they say. I think the technical term for that type of hit is a jack.
Is it Jack?
Yes.
Nice. I can't believe how many runs the Oakland A's put up on the Tampa Bay Rays. That's just nuts. 13 runs on them. Phenomenal showing for them.
Anyways.
Did that Colorado Rockies and Texas Rangers game push right on 10? Or did that number drop below 10 for that total? I think it was 10 solid.
It
Dropped
dropped
at that number.
It was below at 9.5 at certain points. But that game went to extra innings, and that's what put it over.
Yeah.
Texas had gotten the lead, or the Rockies had gotten the lead in the top of the ninth with a home run, and then Texas came back and topped it. I had the Rockies on our premium show. I gave out the reverse run line on that one, so we hit that at plus 210 on that game.
You did nice work, Mitch.
So, and
there was a lot of faith going into that one for the Rangers in their home opener. So great call.
Rangers 0-5 as favorites, one of the worst favorites in all of baseball.
Ouch.
Absolutely terrible in the favorite role. But, plenty of games today. We've got NBA today back in action. We've got the play-in games. We start off in Brooklyn, where the Nets are taking on the Cavaliers. The line in this one is moving up to the 9.5 range. I don't have a premium on this game. I just couldn't get there because I can't take the Nets as a home favorite, and I couldn't get there with the Cavs either. So I think, while you would expect that if there's a spot where the Nets are going to put the hammer down, this would be it. But we haven't seen anything from the Nets that show that they have the ability to do that.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. It's just going to be interesting to see how they come out today. I do have a premium on the side of this one, Mitch. So total wise, I think this is getting a little low. I think 227, we're going to go over that. I really do think it hits right around that original number. In this one, we had 229.5 when it opened. And these two teams, when they match up, they do trend nicely to that over. So I'm going to lean for a free play to the over 227.
Well, Joe's going to get banned because I disagree with her here. I did the video pick on this, and I left it open to do a premium if I wanted, just in case. And I did the total as well, but I gave out the under on this one. 5 of the last 7 of the meetings of these two have gone over the total, but the total was way lower than this number when it went sailing over. And the 2 games that went over would have been under this number. So I just don't see it. And I think it's playoff style basketball. In playoff style basketball, they let them play, especially in a game like this. They let them play, and letting them play usually means defense. So I'm gonna take the under in this one, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure the Nets have the hammer mentality either, but we did see them, against the Knicks, come roaring back and then cover the spread after being down 28 points or something last week. Yep. But that's the Knicks, which not good.
It's Knicks. Knicks. Yeah, belong in the same conversation as the Timberwolves, and we'll see the Timberwolves hit the court as well.
Yep, we will have the Timberwolves and the Clippers. How much faith can you have in the Timberwolves to cover a point spread? We've seen this team just really have covers just evaporate on them. especially over the last month. You have a Clippers team that is certainly peaking at the right time, playing their best basketball.
Yeah.
Paul George back in the fold for them. I don't not it's this one's a little bit tighter, and you can make a case easily for either team here. What are you looking at, Joe, on this game?
Yeah, this is going to be a hard one for the Timberwolves, I think, today. They're 4-6 straight up in their last 10, 2-8 against that spread. I really do think that they can struggle in this one to cover 3 points. I know 3 points isn't a lot, but you're right. The Clippers team has been trending in a better direction. They've been covering. They've covered 4 of their last 5 games against that spread, averaging 119.5 points. Their defense is holding teams down to 113.4 in that last 10. And the Minnesota Timberwolves have just been allowing way too many points at 122.8 in their last 10. So I think this is a struggle for the Timberwolves. Could I see them pulling off? But to pull it off here.
All right. Not sure what Joe said there, but it was definitely something. But we lost you. But I'm going to take in this one. I think the Clippers with the points is pretty easy money here, and I think that the betting tools have first quarter and first half.
Where are they sitting with the first quarter and first half?
Clippers all day. So, just seems like a good place to be. But yeah, I don't really show a lot of the cappers, in our thing, and maybe I should show this more on these shows, to show you what cappers kind of have been nailing it in the NBA this year. If you're thinking about getting premium picks, but you can see we've got a bunch of cappers that have been. Oops, I don't know. Why did that come up? That's odd. All right, so there we go. All right, here we go, though. You can see Brad Francis is number 1 in the NBA this season, and by quite a good margin there. He's also picked a lot more games, so than number 2, Jeff Keem. And then James Clark up there, of course, if you watch the drive-through, and Mills Young. Mills does a lot of totals on NBA, and Joe right there with them. So not just a boys game anymore. How did that come up? That was weird. I think like when I click around on my screen, it shows, that on there. Anyways, yep. Joe showing not just for the boys, but on the list there, on the main leaderboard as well. Sean Murphy, Randy Chambers, Matt Fargo, Al Ninos, 152 and 38. Alex Smart and Brian sneaking in there in the bottom. So if you're looking for premium picks, these are the guys. What makes a game a premium pick? And this is a great question. I love this question, and this is my favorite question. And in fact, I just did an entire newsletter trying to explain what this is, because I get this question all the time. One of my top 5 all-time questions, okay. Most asked questions. One of the most 5 all-time asked questions is this question: what makes a game a premium pick? So we clearly do not do a good job at telling people this, okay? And we need to do it on the page somewhere. Why is this a premium pick? What are premium picks? And I think the number one question that I get is, why do you suck so bad? And if people are wondering that. No, I'm just kidding. But it's like it's
I don't think you get that question a lot.
Oh, I get it a lot. It's up there. It's definitely in the conversation, but it's not probably not number 1. But this one is up there. This one is up in the number 1, 2 type spot for this. Makes a game a premium pick? So back in 2008, and with me, it always goes to a little longer answer than you wanted. 2008, when I started my first website, I was the first person to give free picks on every game in every sport. Like all these other websites that you see that give free picks on every game and everything like that, they're all copies of Sports Chat Place. Every one of them is. And most of them will admit that, the thing is that, so when I started Sports Chat, they said, people would write to me emails all the time. Which game do you like the best? Which of these do you like the best? Which do you like the best? And I did a YouTube video. I did my Dog of the Day YouTube video. And people would email me, which game do you like the best? Which game do you like the best? So finally, people started emailing me saying, you should build a section of your site to say which picks you like the best. And I said, and they're like, we'll pay you for it. And I was like, no one's going to pay me for that. They're like, yeah, we will pay you for that. We will. And so I set it up, and people did pay for it. And that's what they, that was what they wanted. So, I never really had multi-cappers on it before, but I noticed that other people were doing it as far as that goes. And I was like, well, if those guys are doing it, I might as well get, people that are at least trustworthy, right, to do it with me. People that I know, real people that are trustworthy, with real names and real everything else, and unlike the fakes that you see at these other sites. And, and that's what we did. But the difference is, to get back to what the actual question was, we do free picks on every game of every sport every single day. Okay. And not only do we do free picks on every single sport of every single game every single day, we do it on 2 different websites with 2 different writing teams that do those picks, right? The picks are randomly assigned. We have a spreadsheet that we use. And there's not so of the writers on the website, or the videos even that you see Chris and myself and Jovan do, the regular daily videos, those are randomly assigned, right? And so I got the Yankees Blue Jays game, right? It was one of the games that I got. I believe that was one of the games I was assigned for today. And I was assigned, I don't know, whatever videos I had, right? Then the Nets was a video I got assigned, right? And, it wasn't like, oh, here's your assignment. I own the company, right? So it's like, if I don't like my assignment, I just say, screw you, right? I'm going to assign myself whatever the hell I want, right? But it's like, we generally just randomly do it. So there's no saying that these are the games that I like, or that my opinion on this game is my strongest play, or my strongest, or anything, or it's even a strong play at all. A lot of times it's just, well, I'm doing a pick. This is what you guys want. My opinion is this. But the premium picks is when you have this entire body of games, and you say to yourself, these are the ones that I like the best. These are the ones these are the ones I'm betting today, right? It's like, just because I did a video on, this game, whatever, it doesn't mean it's one of my best bets today. It doesn't mean it's a game I'm betting. But my premium picks, those are the games I'm betting today. These are the ones. Yeah. These are the ones. If I had, if I had $5, these are the games I would bet. If I had $1,000, these are the games that I would bet. And that's the way that it works. It doesn't mean that all my free picks, I don't bet those. I bet some of them. Some of them I do bet, but not all of them. But the premium picks, I bet them all. So that's the difference.
Good explanation, Mitch.
I hope that is that the free picks. The short is, the free picks are just a free pick, an opinion, with some sort of substance behind the opinion, and also a bit of a preview to the game as well, right? What you might see in this game, kind of preview some of the players, some of the things like that, on every single game, every single day. The premium picks these are my best bets. These are the games that I'm betting. These are the games I'm most confident in. And that's the difference. That's all it is. And I try and keep the prices reasonably low, so we don't coupon like every other day. We don't make up these stupid words for coupons that we have to tell you every day. We don't give a free $60 to everybody a million times over, just because we don't believe in the churn and burn customer. So if you're constantly giving free stuff, if you're constantly couponing, if you're constantly doing that means you're churning and burning your customers, because you're constantly having to do what you can. Well, we believe in customer retention, by delivering quality product at a fair price. It's just a different approach. We believe in honesty and transparency. Other people say, let's squeeze as much as we can out of this person and then throw them to the side. Just a different philosophy.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Not a good business model.
Speaking of baseball, got a 15-game card today. A lot of picks out there. So, a lot of games to go over. We've got early action. It's still opening day in some cities. I used to live in Cincinnati. I met my wife there. And in Cincinnati, they have a parade for opening day.
Wow.
Yeah. They do a parade.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Crazy, right? Do a parade.
Yeah.
Let's have a parade. All right.
Like with big floats and everything. I like parades.
There's not generally
Are they bringing back parades? I know we had like a shutdown of stuff like that, but
I don't know. It's not like it's not like big floats and stuff like that. It's more like hay rides with little league teams and some high school bands and stuff. Yeah, it's like very hometowny.
Yeah,
the parade.
That's cute.
It's a very hometowny parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Have they did they bring back the Thanksgiving parade this year?
I'm not sure.
This past year, Mitch?
I think they had it. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. I've been twice. I've been once to the
Oh, really?
Thanksgiving parade.
How did you like it?
Hated it. Froze my ass off. I was right outside of Macy's. It was the year that New Kids on the Block were all the rage. People, so it was like just tons of people. Tons.
That's cool. Never got behind New Kids on the Block. I was too young.
New Kids on the Block.
That's awesome.
But they did have it, according to April.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
And we believe her.
Yeah. April doesn't fib.
We don't know better. We believe her because we don't know any better. I'm just kidding. We know better. We still believe her. Well, let's get to these games. Major League Baseball today. Big hockey card today, too.
Yeah, 14 games in hockey today, so.
Should be
great matchups.
Pucking extra time on Pucking Crazy today.
It's going to be a long show, that's for sure. We'll do it as quick as possible.
Is Ruffalo going to be there?
If he is, it's probably going to be a 2-hour show.
Yeah, because he can really, he really doesn't like to put the mic down. Ruffalo wants to do another show, like he wants he wants to do another show, like on top of all these other shows. He wants to do another show.
Okay. What kind of show does he want to do? Do you know?
He wants to do a show for the fans where the fans vote for 5. They vote. They have all the games are put on like social media or something. He has like an idea for it, and all the games for the day will be put on there. Everyone will vote which 5 games they want to see the most covered. They want to see covered on this show. And then whichever 5 receive the most votes by whatever time it is, 5 Eastern or something, then that will be the 5 games that he covers on the show. And he'll have different guests.
Like viewer's choice. I like it.
Yeah. It's a lot of Ruffalo.
He'd be good at that, for sure.
It's a lot of Ruffalo.
Well, you guys, if you haven't learned his sense of humor, he's got a great sense of humor. So I don't know if that comes through on a lot of things, but it sure comes through on Pucking Crazy. So I love it.
Well, we've got the Tigers and the Red Sox. What a game that was yesterday. Tigers pulling off the win. They got the win late. It was Javi Baez getting the 2-run home run to cover the run line there. Reverse run line for me for the Tigers at plus 206.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow, good call, Mitch.
Yep. Got that one. And but today it's Tyler Alexander and Rich Hill. Oh, man. Miggy getting very close to that 3,000 hits. He might get them today. Well, if the game screwed you, then you didn't have my premium picks because I gave it out in the regular premium picks and on my money bombs. On the money bombs, I gave out the reverse run line. On my regular picks, I gave out Tigers. So pretty easy, I thought. Red Sox with the day game following the night game. That one.
Yeah.
Michael
Good call.
Michael
Great
Wacha.
call.
Michael Wacha on the mound. It was like
Yeah.
day game, night game, road trip, bad. It's like always. And when did they wear down?
Night
Late.
game. Yeah.
Night game on Sunday night at Yankee Stadium. Road trip, day game, not good. No bueno.
That's one thing I've never looked at is the timing of those games. So that's a
big.
great thing to look at, Mitch.
It's big, especially where you really want to look at it is the teams that like the teams that play in the extreme edges of the country. So the teams that were really hits, and we saw it last year, even when the Giants were so good.
Yeah.
We saw when they returned home from a road trip of a night game, especially, they were horrible the next day, regardless of who they played. So like they got whipped at home by the Diamondbacks, like in a game like that. Yeah, crushed. So they were like on an 11-game road trip. They had a game at even if they had gotten fairly close to home at that point, they get back in at 2:00 in the morning, at home, and it's like they're just wiped out. It's jet lagged. It's like you're home, all those things. It's like not good. Not good.
So are you looking at a lot of teams to fade when they return home from those road trips, Mitch?
Oh yeah. I always look at the travel.
Okay.
I always look at the travel on series changes. So today's a moving day for a lot of teams. So we can look at that again, and so we know the Marlins are on a West Coast trip, right? So we know that trip home is gruesome, right? It's like my trip to Vegas, like from Oakland or Seattle or a place like that. It's like me flying to Vegas is It's horrid, It's just a long trip. So when the Marlins return home, they're going to lose 3 hours in the time zone, and they're on top of the jet lag. And then even though they fly charters, you still have the pepperoni, of flying, which is like not fun for anybody. They've sucked every bit of joy there is out of travel, as far as I'm concerned. It's they have just sucked the life out of it. But I would guess charter is a little better, but still, I know that the charters, like with everything, because I've heard the guys talk about it. I pay attention. It might look like I'm not paying attention, but I am. And we saw it last year with the Giants. We were all over it. They were one team that really struggles in those spots. But anyways, Marlins, Angels. Oh, wait, we're not even at that spot. We're at the Tigers, Red Sox. Then we got the Battle of Ohio here. We've got the Reds, who are returning home from Atlanta, and then Cleveland, who comes in from Kansas City. So no edge there. We've got the White Sox hosting the Mariners, and I'm a White Sox fan, right? You guys know this. I have to tell you.
Yeah.
They own the Mariners. I'm not a Vince Velasquez guy. I mean, I didn't bet this game, but I can just tell you they own the Mariners. If you look at some of the best White Sox wins of all time, like the no-hitters and the perfect games, they're all against the Mariners. Like the Mark Burley's perfect game was against the Mariners. They had another guy, I can't remember his name. He had a perfect game against the Mariners. This guy was terrible. He was like a career minor leaguer. He came in against the Mariners, perfect game. It's like certain teams, they just own the others. And then we've got Pittsburgh up against Chicago. This one's interesting. Drew Smiley going here for the Cubbies. He's been around the block a couple times. And then Jose Quintana on the mound for the Pirates. And he is the guy that the Cubs traded Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease to the Chicago White Sox to get him. And here he is pitching against them at Pittsburgh today as the Cubs go on the road for the first time this season. So, what any of these for, Joe?
Yeah, Pittsburgh, this is their home opener, isn't it?
Yes.
So with Quintana up there, I'm going to lean on them. We saw them lose all 3 of those games to St. Louis, and I think they can come out here. We've seen the Cubs dominate these meetings with Pittsburgh, but They also struggle in the first game of a series. So I'm going to lay on Pittsburgh here. I hear you about the White Sox. I think laying that minus 130 with them here is a great way to go. They're so strong at home as well as dominating over the Mariners. I think we have a higher total in that one, though. So I do like the over 9 as well. I think both these teams can get those runs put on the board. And then give me Cleveland. I think Bieber up. He is just way too strong, and I think they're going to dominate over Cincinnati today. What are you liking here, Mitch?
On the Reds Cleveland game, I struggle with it. It's a lean to Cleveland, but I still think that the Reds, if they won it, I wouldn't be shocked. I can't bet that game. For the White Sox, it's like I said, they've dominated the Mariners, but Vince Velasquez is not a guy I can really get behind. And the Mariners looked terrible the last 2 games against the Twins, and then here they are on the road again. So not loving that. And I do like the Pirates at home against the Cubs. I think that I think they can get it done here. The Cubs, I'm not buying into it. It's just not. They're not a team I could really buy into. For the Tigers and the Red Sox, I think this game is going to be a lot higher scoring, and I think the Red Sox, after that travel and all that other stuff, you take it out, they are the better team here, even though they're off to a little bit of a slow start. But Tyler Alexander, not a guy I can get behind for the Tigers. Rich Hill, crafty veteran at this point in his career. But then we're going to get into that Red Sox bullpen again, and they're the ones that gave up that 2-run homer to Baez, and it wasn't like is it going to get out or is it not going to get out? It was like it was a rocket. So, yep. And it's Javi Baez, who's not like a prolific hitter or anything. He's an overrated guy in my book. He's one of those overrated. Of course, he was on the Cubs for a long time, so anyone that played on the Cubs for a long time is in my overrated. We saw Chris Bryant drop a ball against the Dodgers in left field the other day with the bases loaded and 2 outs. All 3 runs scored. Did you see that, Joe? He went up.
I didn't.
Yeah, a lazy fly ball to left field with 2 outs, bases loaded against the Dodgers. And he just put the glove and the ball just dropped.
Oh, man.
Yeah, all 3 runs scored because everyone's going with 2 outs.
Wow. Yeah. A little bit more effort was probably needed by him there.
Concentration. Guy was a former MVP. I always think he's the king of the garbage time home run.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of garbage time, we got the Phillies taking on the Mets. Got the Rays and the A's. Man, what a game that was yesterday. I don't care who you are or what you bet, and maybe even bet the A's, but nobody saw that coming. No. Nobody saw that coming.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, Rich Hill is not a guy you should worry about his spring training. I just think that he's just one of those guys. He's just a veteran. You get him out on the mound, he's going to be just fine. You got the Orioles up against the Brewers. The Orioles getting the win yesterday. The Brewers off to a slow start. They're generally slow starters. And then you've got Nestor Cortez against Kikuchi. The Blue Jays getting the win in Game 1 at Yankee Stadium, but Kikuchi gives up a lot of home runs. So, which is a problem. Joe, any of these 4?
Yeah, it's a major problem for my Blue Jays today. I would be fading them 100% today, taking the Yankees here. I think they have this one. I think high scoring one. He gives up way too many runs. Always struggled against the Yankees. We saw him before in runs. The Yankees, I hate it because you guys know I'm a Blue Jays fan, but I just think it's not their day today. And then we look at the Brewers and the Orioles, and they have gone under in their last 4 meetings, but I don't think these offenses have been opening up as much as I expected, and I could see this one going over the total. I just think when we look at Burns up, he has a ERA of 5.4, and Means is stronger at that 2.25, but I could see the Brewers just offensively opening up in this one. So I had a lean on the Brewers and the over on this.
Yeah, if John Means is on a good team, he'd be a minus 200 pitcher every time out. He's really good.
Yeah.
I think the story today is this Adam Oller that goes for the A's. 20th round draft choice, 605th player taken overall in the draft. Gets the start here for the A's. He's not bad. It's not bad at all. He's probably not going to go too deep into this game. Probably just like an inning or two. The A's are going with a bullpen game, ironically, against the team that invented the bullpen game, the Rays. And Aller, though, gets the start. And like I said, you gotta love these stories like this.
Yeah.
The guys who, it's not a first round draft choice. He is 2016 round 20, 615th overall pick by the Pittsburgh Pirates out of Northwestern State, making his major league debut today. And I'm rooting for him, I gotta say.
Do you know what his strikeout prop is today?
I'm not sure, but he doesn't go deep into games, so you can't go too far. But he did strike out 9 in 6.1 innings in the Cactus League, so he has decent stuff. But you can't go with more than two, because he might only go 2 innings.
Yeah, I was just trying to pull it up. I can't find it here, so be interesting to see what they're putting on him today. I hope he has a great day too, Mitch. It would be awesome. I can't see it. My book's not offering it.
I'm looking at the players list here over at Sports Chat Place. See if we could find it there. Go to Oakland. Oakland A's. So this, right now, we're only using Bet Rivers props. They don't have one on him.
Okay.
Either. Oh, wait. There he is. Oh, there's no props on him. He's listed, but there's no props at Bet Rivers. We're going to be adding more books, and there'll be plenty more props. So next time out, when we go here, we'll see something. You can see a lot of props out there for today for players. But like I said, we're going to be adding more books slowly to the props. Give us more choices. More choices, better.
It's always better to have more choices. Especially with the difference in lines on some books, you guys. I can't stress enough to shop those.
Yeah.
Even for the juice you're playing.
If you guys haven't, checked it out, if you go to the betting tools and you click up here on sports books, and then you just click on your state. We even have Ontario here. So you just click on it, and it will tell you all the offers, for those that you can sign up for. So, I know a lot of people, they don't buy premium picks, and they don't, we talked about premium picks earlier, and, I'm not going to sit here and force you and, be one of these other guys, that pushes it down your throat. We don't call you and, text you or anything, to buy our stuff. But if you guys do want, and I know a lot of people, they want to support the site. They don't want to just give us money, though, and I'm fine with that. But if you sign up for a sportsbook and you use our sign-up page, it helps us a ton. So it's like if you're signing up for sportsbooks, it's like use our offers. It's like that's the way to do it.
Absolutely. Appreciate it, you guys.
Yeah, it's like that's the best way to support us, really.
Yeah.
Is to do that. And it's nothing that you wouldn't be doing anyway. And that's the beauty of it. It's like, William Lease says that we do this and this. It's like none of that stuff is true. The reality of it is it's basically this equivalent of a refer friend, except the deal is that we can leverage that for future books and for future offers and say, hey, we want our players to get a better offer. We want this better, and we'll be able to do that if we have the numbers to do it. Well, Florida will eventually. They will. Yeah, but so Neil is saying don't download the app, is that they track your phone location, but you can change. That's a setting on your phone that you can have those apps track you only when you're using the app, and they need to be able to do that. That's called the legality of it. So you're not in a state that doesn't have legal sports betting, and you're using an app that is geared towards legal sports betting. It's tracking. It's like any other app that's out there does that. Every app does that. Every app does. Go to Google and trust me, there's local search on there for you. You just go on the internet. Trust me, it's there. So I think that you might be a little bit misinformed on that. But the reason why they're geolocating you is to show that you're in a legal betting place. And that's so there can be mobile sports betting. I mean, that's a good thing. It's a good thing that they're tracking you, because if they weren't able to track you, then the only way that you would be able to bet, if they couldn't do this geolocating, the only way you would be able to bet is to go to an actual sports book. You'd have to drive in there and do this. There's nothing more frustrating than waiting in line.
Yeah.
You know, in a book, and then the game goes off or the line changes.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the line changes.
You get that person in front of you. I've been behind people like on a Friday afternoon before the Kentucky Derby, they're putting in 200 combinations of trifectas. And meanwhile the race is the next day. And it's like, meanwhile, I'm missing my game. I miss my game bet.
Yeah, that's frustrating as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I think that some of those issues are just the issues that are just predominant in technology and stuff like that. But for the most part, these apps work. I find it, maybe it's not for everybody, but for me it is. I know when I'm in a place where I can use an app, I do it 100% of the time. It's the only time, like in Vegas, the only time I ever see the guys is when I cash out. And that's it. It's like now in Vegas, you don't even have to go to a teller to place the bet. They have those machines that you can just, put your money in and just hit buttons. It's like,
and you're able to work it out, right? Wasn't too complicated?
No, not too complicated at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like the Caesars app, which we have, an offer for promotion. I used the Caesars app in this Las Vegas trip, and I wasn't registered for it because the last time I'd been to Vegas, all they had was the William Hill. So, when I did it, I didn't even have to go anywhere to verify anything. Like I took a picture of my license, through the thing, and they have your license has a barcode on it, and it's able to pick it up, the barcode, and verify everything right there. And then I'm geolocated that I'm in Nevada. I could deposit right out of my bank account or credit card right there onto the app, and I'm betting. So all these people were waiting in line, and I saw the thing there, and I was like, I'll just, I was in line doing it because I wasn't sure if I was going to need to verify in person or not when I was at the end of the process. And then it said just thing, and people were like, I let everybody go ahead of me, and I was almost at the front of the line because I was doing it while I was in the line. That's how long it took. I was just in the line, and I did it all that easily. It was
that's awesome.
Yeah, I was deposited everything. It was like I had already, by the time I'm already betting. You know me. It's like
Yeah.
It's like not only if I deposited, I have all that money already working. Every bit that I deposited, there was nothing left.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wow, the snow's coming down here, Mitch. Man, I shouldn't have looked over my camera out the window. It's like a whiteout. Sure, you got nice weather there in Hawaii this morning.
Always. Well, the apps will get better.
It's a complete whiteout. I should turn the Christmas lights on.
And Neil's really hating on these apps, but it's like, you're free to use offshores. No one forces you to use the legal betting apps, but it's like, to me, I like to get paid out when I win. And I know, I know when I go to Caesars, or I know when I go to MGM, and I know when I go to, Bet Rivers, I know these people are going to freaking pay me. I know that. Offshores, I had a giant reverse. I've told this story before. They bleeded me out on it. It was like $2,000 here, $3,000 here over the course of 10, 12 months. Just pay me. You took my money. That's the argument, right? Yeah. You took my money just fine.
Well, absolutely they did,
You know,
right? I don't understand that. I
that's
don't
why you got to
understand
work
how
with.
they can justify it.
I would way rather work with the reputable legal books than those offshore guys that can close shop tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, and disappear.
I never advertise those guys. Never. It's like
Yeah.
they believe me. I
Definitely
get email
so.
from them every day to advertise. I ain't
Yeah.
doing it. No way. Anyways, what I am doing is we got to get to the next set of games here. We could talk sports books all day, but I'm
Okay.
into it. If you want sports books, you want to check them out. Neil, if you don't like the one that you have, try one of these other ones. If you're in Ontario, we've got a whole bunch here for you to try. Go to our page, and I don't. Did you use our page to sign up? You're on our site every day, so I hope that you did. It helps us a ton. But you can see right here in Ontario, if you don't like the one that you signed up for, well, there's 4 others, and there's many, many more on the way.
Absolutely.
I guess the next thing he says, well, I didn't use your link. Just use your show to complain about it.
Can you hear that, Mitch?
No.
That's good because it's really loud. The guy's scraping the roads going past.
Yuck.
Yep. How much snow we got? They got the plows out. Great. It'll be a lovely day out there. Glad I don't have to go outside. Okay, so what time are we up to, Mitch, for these games? We went all the way up to...
We're at the Marlins, Angels, Braves, Nationals, Twins, Dodgers, Cardinals, Royals.
My favorite one in here, I've got to look at Kansas City and St. Louis. I'm going to take this one over. The line has moved up from 8.5 to 9, but I still do think we have over. We have Hicks probable for the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, he has an ERA of 5.4. I'm not seeing, though, who KC has up. Do you know who that is, Mitch?
Let me check.
Is your book showing it?
I'm not showing that KC as a starter. Let me check another source.
Okay.
So, if you go to Sports Chat Place, you click on upcoming games. MLB. Do they list it here? Nope, we don't list more info.
Okay, so they haven't got anyone probable at the moment, but we have seen these teams trend. Yeah.
We have not exhausted our options here.
I know you know exactly where to find all this, but we've seen these teams trend so nicely to that over. I think it definitely goes over this 9. I'm not worried about that line jumping up half a point.
Daniel Lynch. Oh, no, that's... Yeah, I'm sure Daniel Lynch versus Dakota Hudson. That Hicks, because that game was canceled yesterday, so Hudson moved back into this spot, and then Daniel Lynch for Kansas City. If it's Hicks, I think there's value on the other on the under. I'm against you on that one. I think that when we look at last year and that ERA, I think it's an aberration because here he is in the starting role, and when he's in the starting role, his ERA is generally in the mid threes. Last year, he only pitched out of the bullpen. So when you're out of the bullpen, see, he only pitched 10 innings last year. So 6 runs in 10 innings equals that 5.40 ERA. Quickly inflated. It's kind of like, if he pitches another 10 innings and gives up 1 run, his ERA drops to half of that.
Yeah.
So, if you look
True, because in the previous years, he did a lot better.
A lot better when he pitched more innings, which he's never pitched out of the starting spot. He's never started a game.
Okay. Which other one did I like in here?
But I'm not sure if it's Hudson or Hicks, because Hudson was scratched. The game was scratched yesterday.
Okay. And then I think I'm going to have to lay the juice and go with the Dodgers here at -135. I don't mind it. I think they do get one over the Twins in this game. They've just played the Twins super strong, and I know the Twins are at home in this one, but I don't think I can trust them to beat the Dodgers here.
They haven't played the Twins in 5 years. I'm don't think anything that happened 5 years ago has any relevancy to today. And Andrew Heaney is straight ass. He's on my auto fade list every single year. He's right near the top. I haven't bet on Andrew Heaney in 10 years, and I will continue that. I'm sure Brian will be all over Heaney, and when he wins one, he acts. This is the thing, with Brian, and I hope he's watching. He'll pick these garbage ass teams, and he'll go like Bundy yesterday won, right? So that makes Brian. So he won one, right? So that makes him like 1-37 in Bundy starts. It doesn't make up for all of those beatings that he took on it. It's like you won one finally. Yeah. It's like if you flip a coin, which is 50-50, and you pick heads and it comes up tails 37 times and then it finally comes up heads. It's like, yeah, you won one. But it's like it doesn't take away from all the beatings that you took on it. So I call them 10 percenters. It's like, yeah, you hit it. But the problem is you only hit it 1 out of 10 times, and it didn't pay 10-1. That's the issues that you have with taking guys like this. Andrew Heaney is straight garbage. I mean, he has really had a horrific career from start to finish. This is one of those guys that came up with the Marlins, and he was like the fantasy darling. Like the fantasy players just love, it's Andrew Heaney, Andrew Heaney, Andrew Heaney. First round draft pick, number 9 overall. Oh, this guy's going to be fantastic. He has been straight ass his entire career. Everywhere that he's been, he had a 5.83 out of the gate in Miami. Last year, he even got traded to the Yankees, another big name team. 7.32 ERA, following up his 5.27 that he had with the Angels. He is a piñata. Is the technical term.
What are your thoughts on Chris Archer then?
I think I would take almost anybody over Andrew Heaney. Almost any pitcher.
Really? Okay.
Almost any pitcher. He's in my bottom 5. I would take almost.
Really?
Yes,
okay.
I would take almost any pitcher over him.
Yeah.
And the Dodgers on a double road trip here coming out of Colorado with the Twins heating up yesterday. I would take the Twins reverse run line here and then some.
Okay.
Hate Andrew.
Okay.
Hate Heaney.
Andrew Heaney, you're not liked by me.
But he knows that. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows.
I didn't know that till today.
Oh, my God.
Now I do.
Ask anyone.
Put him on the list with the Knicks and the Timberwolves.
Oh, no, this guy's on my pitcher list. I have a whole list of pitchers. Bundy got me yesterday, so he's on my list also. He got me yesterday. Happens. It happens. But it doesn't matter. They might get me once here and once there, whatever, and Brian will say, oh, Bundy won. Yeah, but you're still 137 and start. It's like you're not going to win them all, but it's like most of the time. And Andrew Heaney is that guy. He is just, I mean, I don't
It's a name I won't forget ever.
How is he favored?
Andrew Heaney at the Dodgers.
Oh.
Mitch doesn't like him.
It's not that I just think he's overrated. It's like he's been overblown garbage his entire career. I don't know what, like, I'm gonna ask the stats guys if we could find out, like, what was the odds on all of his career starts and what's his profit margin, like how we have most profitable teams, know, and what's Heaney's lifetime profit margin. My guess is he's about negative $8 million if you bet $10 a game. Because he's always a gigantic favorite.
That hurts.
He's always a gigantic favorite. Always. Oh, God, I hate Heaney.
Where did he come out of?
Oh, God.
I guess college baseball isn't that big, right?
No, because of the minor league system.
Yeah.
Most of the players, a lot of the best players skip college and go directly to the majors.
Interesting.
Yeah. Heaney. He played at Oklahoma State.
Okay.
If he played at all 1 year. Yeah, no chance. Trevor Bauer still listed as out indefinitely with personal issues.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Rapist. Yes, personal issue.
Oh, I did not know this. Okay.
I don't know if he's a rapist.
I will retract my poor guy statement.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a rapist or what the deal is, but right, some woman said he forced himself.
Okay, can I bring up something now we're talking about this? Did you see Cam Newton's statements yesterday? Because, oh my God, where's the retraction and when is it coming?
I didn't see it.
Okay, you have to watch this because he basically said, well, he cut down women majorly and saying a lot of women don't know their place and when to be quiet anymore, and they don't know how to cook. So are they really a woman?
Wow.
Yeah, the poor two guys interviewing him, like the eyes growing, looking back and forth at each other. It was insane. I still can't believe he hasn't retracted that, hasn't had anything come out by his publicist because, yeah, I sat there in shock listening to him. So he is now, I thought he was a terrible quarterback. I now think he's a terrible person.
Okay.
Yeah. So there you guys. You thought I hated on Cam Newton before. Now I absolutely do not like him as a person.
Okay.
Women don't know when to be quiet. You imagine how he treats his mother? Wow. Anyway, let's get back. We got 3 games left on the schedule, Mitch. I was really upset by that last night.
Joe's found a way to totally shut me up here. It's like people have been waiting for that one for years. It's like Joe has found the answer. We got the Texas Rangers taking on the Colorado Rockies. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Houston Astros, and the Giants taking on the Padres. 3 tough
the
ones.
Giants killed me last night. What an intense game that was. They lost that to the Padres. Man, I think we can lean on the under again in this one. That was such a low-scoring game, and I think the Giants probably pull it off, but I'm not rushing to bet this one. I think it's going to be a great game, though, for sure, Mitch. And then I got to lean on the Astros. I think Garcia up here, they're going to have a good game, and this Astros team is just playing so well. 3-1 to start off the season on the road here, and I think they get another win here today.
Yeah, the Diamondbacks are terrible on the run line in this spot, 0-10. So versus the American League West, I'm going to take the Astros on the run line in that one. You're not getting a lot of plus money there, but at least you're getting a little plus something.
Yep.
And I also like in that slot I also like the Rockies again over the Rangers. Chad Cole's terrible too, but the Rangers horrible favorites. Horrible favorites. So I'm going to take the Rockies again in that one. I thought yesterday was pretty easy money. The Rockies stranded about 10 runners in the first 3 innings, and they still won. I mean, they did everything they could to lose, and they still won and covered the reverse run line in the process.
Yeah, it was an awesome game by them.
Yep. So those of you that were premium,
getting beautiful plus money again today.
Premium YouTube members, you got that one. I gave that one out. I gave it out reverse run line. So hopefully you guys jumped on it. All right, Joe, you got a parlay for today?
Yeah. Let's take Pittsburgh on the money line. Let's take the over between the Oakland A's and the Tampa Bay Rays, and then give me Cleveland here. 3-teamer for me.
I'm going to go Astros on the run line. I'm going to put it with I'm going to go Astros on the run line. The Astros on the run line. The Oakland A's and the Pirates.
I like it.
I'd even go reverse run line on the Pirates, to be honest with you. -1, the 1.5 against the Cubs. Anyways,
well, that would be good to see.
Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you. Make it a winning day, and we will see you tomorrow. I'm going to try and act more professional tomorrow. I'm going to get back into the swing of that. Have a great day. And those of you that are premium VIP members, remember we do them both early now. So we'll see you in just a couple minutes.
Bye, guys.